Lewis.
Well, very good morning to you, Chriselda. It's certainly been a week that's been mired by a lot of uncertainty, a lot of conflicting statements, some controversy. And just last night, we saw an about turn by the family of the late President of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, with the details around the burial now being shifted and moved around. The official funeral is still today. Bring us into what has happened and what can be expected to happen today.
Well, a very good morning to you, Pearl and Simpiwe, live from the National Stadium here in Harare, Zimbabwe, where the funeral service of the late former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, will get underway here in just a couple of hours' time. And indeed, Pearl, there has been a couple of days of confusion regarding where the final resting place of the former elder statesman will be. And just yesterday, only confirmed by the family that he will be buried at the Heroes Acre monument here in Harare. But now it turns out that it will only be in about 30 days' time, so that the final preparations are due to be put at the Heroes Acre before he is finally laid to rest. So in 30 days' time, that's only when the burial will take place. So there's been a lot of confusion regarding quite a number of aspects in the lead up to today's funeral service. You'd also recall that there seemed to have been some loggerheads between the Zimbabwean government and the Mugabe family about where his final resting place will be. That was the initial start of the confusion, but then some consensus reached that he will be buried at the Heroes Acre, but it will be a private ceremony. That has been the request of the family. And just here today, this is where the funeral service will take place, which will be attended by a number of high-profile dignitaries as well as presidents and former presidents. And we're also expecting thousands and thousands and thousands of people to really want to have their final or pay their final respects to the former president of Zimbabwe. And as you pointed out, that the former presidents of South Africa, Jacob Zuma and Thabo Mbeki, had flown into the country yesterday afternoon and to the evening, and President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected in the country round about at this hour. There will also be in attendance here. So with all the confusion that has marred in this particular a death in the run-up to this funeral service as well, today is expected, of course, to be that final public send-off for the former president of Zimbabwe, as the family is expected only in 30 days to lay him to rest at the Heroes Acre monument, which is also here in Harare.
All right, Chriselda, we'll certainly be touching base with you throughout the day. Thank you so much for bringing us up to speed with the latest with regards to former President Robert Mugabe. There is a reporter, Chriselda Lewis, speaking to us live from the National Stadium in Harare in Zimbabwe.